We are learning as many as 100 people may have been partying inside a downtown La Crosse apartment when its second-story floor collapsed over the weekend.
Well, somehow only three people suffered minor injuries, but the damage is extensive.
For a look inside, we're joined now live in our studio by News 8's Lou Hillman. Lou?
Well, guys, Nathan Brooks, who owns River City Rentals, is just happy no one was seriously injured. But he says the 5 young men who rented that apartment were extremely irresponsible. It's not hard to see that a party in this large downtown loft came to an abrupt end.
It takes a lot of people to drink that much beer, so there had to be a lot of people up there.
Nathan Brooks owns the apartment where a floor collapsed over the weekend. He showed us where 3 beer kegs and a foosball table fell through to the first floor. Some of the partiers fell through as well, but he's not sure exactly how many.
We don't have that specific those specific clauses in our leases that you can't have parties. We just, I expect common sense to take over.
Surveillance video from our station captured the aftermath as dozens of people poured into a back alley shortly after 11 p.m. Brooks says the loft just wasn't designed to hold that kind of weight.
I've heard from other people that were here that night that it was so full that you couldn't even get in the door.
The city inspector's office condemned the building not long after the floor collapsed.
This is the first time I've seen this.
Chief Inspector David Reinhardt says his office must decide whether the building can be repaired or now needs to come down.
We would take input from the owner, but ultimately is the decision of this department.
Brooks says he'd like to rebuild, but that could depend on what his insurance covers.
There's a lot of destruction.
Now, the tenants declined to comment when we approached them this afternoon. We do know they are living elsewhere in the meantime.
Thanks, Lou. Also, despite there being a sign on the building saying the building is a landmark, we did check with the city's planning department, and it's not officially designated as a historic site.